friends. Are you looking to make more sales on Depop? Having a hard time getting your Depop shop to pop? Well, welcome to the latest edition of Seller's Corner. I'm Erin, product specialist at Vendoo and a Depop seller. Today we're going to talk about some of my best Depop tips and tricks. But before we do, let me invite you to subscribe to our channel. We publish content every week, and it's all related to Vendoo product tips, community updates, and information about how to scale and grow your resale business. What is Depop? Depop is a super unique reselling marketplace that is unlike all the rest. 96% of Depop users are under the age of 26, and sometimes it shows. Depop could not be more different than Poshmark, Mercari, or all of the other platforms where you might sell. Really take the time to browse Depop. Check out the Explore page, the top sellers, and just search for some item listings. The culture on Depop is much different than other places. Depop's main categories are Y2K, vintage, handmade or reworked customized pieces, and streetwear. Understanding the Depop culture and the community will really help you to be successful, connect with buyers, enhance your Depop shop, and of course, make more sales. My first tip is to list consistently. I know you always hear that because it's true on most marketplaces. Consistent daily activity is the best way to yield sales. But this is really true. Are you actually being consistent? Listing every day, the same amount of items every day? Listing is super important on the Depop algorithm. Remember that if you're a Vendoo user, you can delist and relist in bulk to quickly accomplish this with a large number of fresh new listings daily. The second, also a little obvious, is to sell what is trending on Depop. While many reselling marketplaces are really brand oriented, focused on popular brands, Depop is about the style and the aesthetic. Now, desirability is subjective, but looking at what's trending is the best way to maximize your chance of making sales. One way to do this is to look at the Explore page every day. The Explore page features hand-picked items by Depop based on their look, aesthetic, and style forecast. Right now, for example, vintage, Y2K, retro, boho, and classic basics, gorpcore, are all in, as well as cottagecore, dark academia, and streetwear. Familiarizing yourself with these aesthetics, which items would be characterized by the aesthetics, and just popular trending styles is such an important thing, especially because it will allow you to keyword your listings and maximize your searchability on Depop. Tip number 3, take great photos. Obviously, it's true everywhere that clean, clear images are super important, but it's even more important on Depop because Depop is about the look, the style, the expression, and the aesthetic. Looks really matter on Depop. Depop reports that modeled photos and flat lays are the most successful cover photos. So skip the hanger, skip the dress form, keep it super simple with either a flat lay with a removed background or have fun modeling. If modeling the items isn't for you, consider having someone else model them. Your items will sell for a lot more when they are modeled. Think about it. It's what the brands do. People on Depop specifically want to see those styled images. If you check out a lot of the top sellers pages, they look more like super curated Instagram aesthetics or fashion magazines than they do storefronts because it's all about artistic expression, wearing items, body inclusivity of all shapes, sizes, and colors, and self-expression. In so many ways, it's so the opposite of the white dress form or hanger, clear hanger wall photos that you'll see on places like Poshmark. It's actually really, really fun. This next one is so important. Use 5 trending hashtags. Not just 5 hashtags, but 5 trending hashtags. Hashtags are like the item-specific equivalent of Depop, meaning that they are so important in your searchability. And again, you have to remember the age of the primary Depop user. Aesthetics like hashtag Phoebe Buffet, hashtag Gorpcore, hashtag Prairiecore, Fairycore, Cottagecore, Grandmacore, Grandpacore. These things sound crazy, and admittedly, they are a little bit, but they make a huge difference in Depop and the way that your items are promoted, featured, and ranked on the search page. So it's not enough to use hashtags that aren't trending, right? Hashtag red, but using the style specific popular ranking hashtags will significantly increase your exposure and your Depop sales. The next one is equally as important, if not more important, and that is to refresh your Depop listings daily. I don't recall when I started selling on Depop ever seeing a place that actually told me to do this. I learned through, I don't even know where I learned, but it's so important to refresh your listings. Refreshing is the equivalent of a Poshmark share. And what it literally means is opening up each listing, hitting edit, and hitting save. What this does is it brings it to the top of your shop and also the top of the search results. So obviously doing this manually all day long is tedious and fairly ridiculous. There are automated softwares such as Seller Aider that will do it for you in bulk and scheduled and do so much more. I will link a code to that Depop bot in the description. I will warn you, however, to use automation softwares at your own risk. They are explicitly disallowed by the softwares. They're commonly used, but not technically approved. And for that reason, I want to give that disclaimer. However, whether you're using a bot or you're sitting there pressing buttons all day, refreshing your items is absolutely essential to make sales. Otherwise, your items will not be seen. Not as much anyways. Refreshing is a requirement at least once daily, but really the more the better. So get refreshing. You'll see after a round of it how many likes, comments, messages, offers, and hopefully sales start coming right in after that activity. The final tip is to be super responsive on Depop. Check your Depop account regularly. I have to keep reminding you who the average user is. It is under the age of 26. That is vastly different than the average age bracket of your Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook buyer. So they might be a little young and impatient. They have a lot of questions and they want a response. Answering someone while they're still on their phone and interested in your item immediately is the best way to effectuate a sale on any platform. Speaking of which, Depop recently rolled out an offer feature. The offer feature has some flaws right now because it does not allow for you to make a counter offer, nor does it obviously notify a buyer when you accept it. They have to kind of go to a few different screens to even see. They're not notified the way that they should be. So when you get an offer, I highly recommend responding to the offer via accept or decline and also reaching out via message. If it's an accept, say thank you so much for your offer. I accept it. I'll ship as soon as you purchase. They'll get the notification for your message, whereas they will not for your offer. Similarly, because you cannot counter, you might consider reaching out saying, unfortunately, Depop doesn't let me counter. Could we meet in the middle at X amount? I actually recommend you making this message before you decline, even if it's not for you can't accept, because it'll give you one last chance to see if you could squeeze a couple more dollars out before you officially decline. But their offers aren't binding anyways, so it's not that serious, but the point is to be responsive. Similarly, shipping quickly. Obviously a great way to get ratings. We're living in Amazon Prime days and people want their things as fast as you can deliver them. What are your best Depop tips and tricks? Share them with us below. And if you liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time, reseller friends. Happy depopping!